Welcome to the 6th edition of the Spring 2011 Haskell News. I'm Ricky Barkowski. With only weeks left in this semester, pre-enrollment for the fall has already begun. Kyle Brent has the story.
Now that summer school has officially been canceled, students are ready to pre-enroll for the fall. For the next week, Navarre Hall will be swarming with students eagerly awaiting to see what classes are offered. Pre-enrollment, which was to begin originally on the 6th, was postponed until the 7th for unknown reasons. Freshman Aldina King had this to say about the postponement.
I already had planned on the day that they gave me to enroll and then set back, and it's just jumbling along with my schedules. It's because right now I'd be in class or I'd be preparing for a class, and instead I'm having to do my runarounds.
Another hot topic is that there are no more hard copies of the class listings available. While many students disagree with this, junior Alex McCosar had a different outlook.
I think it gives more responsibility to the students, to make sure they do it themselves.
But more important than postponements and emails are the do's and don'ts of pre-enrolling. Retired math faculty member and advisor Sharon Atkinson shares her insight on the importance of advisors.
Yeah, all faculty members are advisors. And it's very important because this is how the students are ensured that they're getting what they need so that when they graduate, they'll be ready for whatever their future is going to be. And there's a tendency to take the classes I like and leave the difficult ones or the ones they don't care about until the end. An advisor is there to say, make sure you take this 1-hour PE course, because if you don't take it, you may not graduate.
For more information on how you can pre-enroll for next semester, please contact Manny King or Raylene Hayes in the registrar's office. For Haskell News, this is Kyle Brent.
When students sign up for classes, the last thing they expect is a credit change in the middle of the semester. Elena Strobel has more on the story.
The Cultural and Culinary class taught in Minoka Hall has been reduced from 3 credits to 2 credits. This came as a shock for some of the students in the class. We asked Will Wilczek about his experience.
I got notified when my name popped up on the downstairs to see the RA. It was a notice of eviction, and what it was is stating that I fell below 12 credit hours. And I was pretty sure that I wasn't. I brought even my schedule down, but then they told me to go talk to the housing. And I went over to housing and talked to them.
And then what did they tell you after that?
Housing sent me over to Manny King to go take a look at my transcripts. And it showed that the Culture and Culinary class that used to be 3 credit hours dropped to 2. When I found out, it was kind of rough because I didn't know what classes I needed to take, and so they ended up adding me into Gaelic football, which I never signed up for that class, so I ended up having to take that class.
Vice President of Academic Affairs, Danita Chanel, said that she is looking into how this happened.
Well, that's something that I'm looking at. I know that on the course schedule the class showed as a 3 credit hour class, and so since I became aware of it, I'm trying to determine why or how that error was made on the schedule and the notification process for students.
Students who have any questions are encouraged to visit the Office of Academic Affairs located in Navarre Hall.
Anytime a student has an issue with a class or the credits related to classes, this office, the Office of Academic Affairs, my oversight is over all of our academic programs and our classes and such. In the future, if something like this were to happen, students should know that they can come to this office and talk with me to let me know, this has happened. Certainly, our intent is not to put students in a situation where they're adversely impacted by these kinds of changes. And we're working very diligently to determine what factors contributed to this particular problem, because students should not be penalized for something that's, clearly not their doing.
This is Lana Strobel reporting for Haskell News.
The recent earthquake activity in Japan has left people around the world feeling devastated. And with the threat of radioactive contamination, more and more are feeling the effects. Jamie Scott has more on the story.
The Japanese nuclear plant smoke billows from the reactors on televisions across the U.S. daily, and the news spreads of the contaminated water and the warnings of worldwide contamination and rainfall in areas such as California, Alaska, and Washington, and recorded as far away as Maine and Massachusetts. Yet we see everyday life here on Haskell, and not a notion of worry is seen or felt for most students, while some other students feel different on the subject.
Our fish and game, because radiation is starting to pollute our waters. And so hopefully it's not a long-term effect where here in about 5–10 years we start to see a bunch of people get sick from eating the fish, or also from our ecosystem going down.
Being that our fish go out there, our crab, our everything, our whole resources.
All my family's over there, and so I've been hearing that there's a little bit of radiation going on in the rainwater over there in Alaska, so I am kind of worried about my family a little bit.
The International Atomic Agency has claimed that the radiation levels are higher than the nuclear crisis in Chernobyl, Ukraine in 1986. Hopefully the crisis can be securely contained with lesser damage than they're projecting. Hopes and prayers for everybody with family in that area. Jamie Scott, Haskell News.
The Haskell Talent Show was hosted this past Wednesday evening in the auditorium.
The beautiful weather permitted a good turnout for this year's talent show. Students and friends gathered in the auditorium to view the acts.
I got a hand in love for you from the first time. You turn away as I'm singing this to you.
It is safe to say that the audience was thoroughly entertained throughout the evening. The performers got to look forward to a potential cash prize, $100 for third place, $150 for second, and $250 for first place. We spoke to the winners after the show.
The crowd was really energetic. I mean, I thought that that they responded really well to all the acts and were a good crowd, yeah. Oh, I thought all the performers did really well. I enjoyed it. Half the time I was back here, so I didn't get to see as much as I wanted, but then I snuck in the audience and was able to watch the last half.
I thought it was great. Yeah. It was fun.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Good crowd.
Did you enjoy the other performances?
Definitely. It's always good to see, the talented people here at Haskell perform and see what they can do or whatever. So
it's good variety.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's all I do.
It went really well. I just want to thank everybody who came out and supported us. We worked really hard for this, so we did really good.
And did you enjoy the other performances?
I really did enjoy the performances I got to see. It was really good. The crowd was all cheering, and it was really good.
The Spring Talent Show was another success by student activities. This is Ricky Barkowski reporting, Haskell News.
On April 17th, the Lawrence Half Marathon was held on the Haskell campus. Over 1,500 runners participated in the various races, from 5K, 10K, to the half marathon. Haskell Lakota language teacher Denny Gayton placed second overall in the half marathon. Congratulations to all the runners. On Friday, April 15th, during a benefit basketball tournament in Tecumseh Hall, 20-year-old Justin McGee was taken to the hospital where he passed away. There is no information as to the cause of his death. A memorial service was held on Tuesday, April 19th in the auditorium. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. That is all for this edition of the Haskell News. I'm Ricky Barkowski. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Thank you.